Tomorrow on the program, 5 for Fighting in the
That's
nooner.
right.
And Gay Adigbalola will be here as well.
That's right.
Also on the phone. If we can get it working.
We will.
That's not horrible. I don't know. Not much I can do with. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So there it is. So that's what's going on tomorrow on the program, plus the usual stuff. And the Chumps are back tomorrow, allegedly, until Cookies finds a way to screw that up.
I doubt it.
I don't know. I'm not trying to hold anybody up to any real, solid stuff there, but
but still,
yeah. Coming up in a bit, I have Crime Time. I have a runner-up to Crime Time here. He just sent me, and we're back. He says, "I'll kill him." Okay, if he screws it up,
all right, that's fair.
That's fine. Whatever turns you crank. Okay, yeah, and I have science news on the way here. It's a conundrum. It's fishy. It's weird. I don't know what's going on here with the science news.
What's happening?
We'll get to that in a bit.
Okay.
Your headlines from this morning to now. There's an evacuation underway in Mariupol. There's a resolution that is laying out there now that would authorize the U.S. intervention. I don't exactly know all the ins and outs of that resolution, but I think it has something to do with the fact that there was a delegation of United States Congress critters that showed up in Kyiv over the weekend.
Yeah, a number of them.
There was, and plus there were some people from the State Department, and they sat down with the president of Ukraine, Vladimir Zelensky, and they did shots of rum or whatever, and they came up with an idea here. So we'll see what happens. Also, Nancy Pelosi's been holding some talks on Ukraine with the Polish president as well. So, she's over there with the State Department having discussions with various people that are players in this whole thing. Right. Of course, except for the Russians.
Well, yeah, because they're not going to talk to anybody.
Right.
Truthfully.
Speaking of Russia, looks like Vladimir Putin has agreed to show to the G20 summit this summer.
Why are they still in the G20?
I don't know, but I think he's inviting himself to this. It's not till July.
Yeah, because
And there's a lot of countries that are like, okay, sure. We'll entertain this. This will be interesting. Some of the pundits are saying that he may not be alive by that point. We don't know.
And we don't know.
Who knows what this may hold for us or for anybody involved. So there's right. So Axios is reporting a pretty interesting story. The former Secretary of Defense, Mark Esper, in a new book, says that Trump wanted to shoot protesters. The quote from the former defense secretary said, "Can't you just shoot them?" And this was regarding the protest over the Floyd incident.
Yeah. I've heard that before, though.
Yeah.
That's not the first time that's come out.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. Interesting. It looks like there's 10 Senate seats that are likely to flip during the midterms. Part of the problem, I guess, for the Republican Party is that Trump is trying to kind of change the face of these elections by endorsing certain candidates, and it's not going well.
No.
A lot of voters are going, you like the guy? I don't know that I want this guy.
I want this guy if you like him.
Yeah. And then you were telling me he was endorsing one guy and he kept mispronouncing his name?
Oh, J.D. Vance. He called him JP, and he started the last name, and then he corrected it and said J.D. McIlvain or whatever.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like
quit snorting the Adderall, you
chance. It was like yes. So wait. Didn't you just endorse him? What the hell?
He doesn't even know who he is.
Don't even know.
No, he doesn't know what's going on. Okay. Yeah. Did you know that there is an active cancer ward happening in Kyiv?
No.
They're still treating cancer patients there in the midst of everything.
Some of those
they need it.
Critical terminal patients can't be moved.
Yeah, well, there's that. Yes. So the Judds joined the Country Music Hall of Fame a day after Naomi Judd's death.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah, I actually caught some of the girl's speech. It was kind of funny. Winona said, I really didn't prepare much to say because I figured Mom would be the one doing all the talking. And she and Ashley start laughing.
Yeah, well, there's that. Yeah. Mike Lindell got kicked off of Twitter again. Banned, not just kicked off, but banned, outright banned over this whole thing. Well, go to Truth Social. That's where, that's where all your people at. Come on.
I don't understand why he didn't go there anyway. Why does he care about Twitter?
Whatever. Bill Murray has spoken out about the incident. That he's involved in a project called Being Mortal, and that film was in production, and it got shut down because of alleged things that were said and done.
Yeah.
And Bill spoke about it. He was at the Berkshire Hathaway stockholders meeting, which is a weird place for that to happen, but he's a sharonholder.
Yes, he is a shareholder.
He's a shareholder.
Right.
Even if you have one share, you are still a shareholder. And he was at the thing. And he made an appearance on CNBC and allowed himself to be interviewed about that and spoke about it. I saw it. It was interesting. And the way he said, this is very Bill Murray in a serious mode, of course. He said, I did something I thought was funny, and it wasn't taken that way. And so somebody got offended by something jokey.
By him trying to be jokey.
Yeah.
Jokey.
And he did whatever it was that he did, and it didn't go so well, and that person had a problem. And he said the production department really didn't have much of a problem either. It's just this one.
They wanted to look into it, right?
It's a standard procedure. And he said, look, times are different now, and what used to be
funny
is not.
No.
And perceived in the wrong way. He says, I've been, in talks with this person, and
right.
And, we both like each other.
Yeah.
He goes, I think she still likes me.
Right.
And, I think we're going to patch it up.
He thinks, he said he thinks they can make peace.
They can make the peace and get back in there. So, yeah, that's what that is.
Yeah, I don't know that they're not talking about what he did or whatever happened. That's not being discussed. But just that he did something that he thought was funny.
Yes.
And it probably would have been 20 years ago.
Probably, or even less than that.
Right.
Bill Murray's an old guy, and, old guys get stuck in their ways sometimes.
Right.
And certain things get said or done that shouldn't be anymore. And,
right.
And hopefully that's all this is, a horrific misunderstanding, and, a mistake was made.
Yeah.
It sounds like he's being very, contrite about it, and he wants to fix it and move along.
Right.
So, there you go. The district attorney of, I guess in Atlanta, I think, is selecting a grand jury into the Georgia Trump probe.
Oh. They're down to jury selection.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
How the hell are you going to find a jury?
Well, it'll be a grand jury that'll be presented with the case, and they'll have a couple of months to chew through it, and they'll decide whether or not charges should be brought. So that's kind of how that works. That's how grand juries work. They decide if a particular incident deserves the warrant of court, which would go in front of another jury,
Right.
But the grand jury is what picks the cases that the courts will hear.
Okay.
That's kind of what that's what it is. There are wildfires in the west. Yeah, right on. Well, it's summertime. Israel has reacted with fury at Russia over Lavrov's remarks on Hitler and Nazism. Can't make those comparisons, dude. Doesn't work that way.
No.
Ukraine says it sank 2 Russian naval boats. New blast hit Russian border area. Just keep sinking them.
Naval boats, do they carry navals?
They do, yes.
Is that what they have over there?
Yeah, they come from Orlando.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cool.
And they're filled with semen.
Oh.
Yeah. Rather horrific. That it is. People putting a nice coat of paint on the music fest that happened here. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Reports of a shooting.
Right.
Saturday night. They're not talking about that.
No.
The The crowd's sort of lackluster. Not talking about that either. So there. What else? Anything else?
No, I can think of.
Grizzlies lost their first game against Golden State by 1 point. That sucks.
One
point.
bloody point.
Yeah, they were leading it the whole way too. It looked like they were gonna pull it off, but there at the end, John Morant tried a buzzer beater and it didn't go. So that's what happened. Bummer. That's the best of 7, so there's still plenty of more time for all of that. Your forecast from MemphisWeather.net and the National Weather Service for today: scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Only a 40% chance of that now. It's kind of come down some. 81 will be the high, but I think we're up over that. Tonight,
Yeah, it's warm up. It's starting to warm up a bit.
and it's a bit breezy too. Tonight, the winds will be picking up from the south, 15 miles an hour, with a 30% chance of thunderstorms or rain happening late. Tomorrow, morning rain, then scattered evening thunderstorms with a high of 80 tomorrow, the 60% chance of rain. Rain hanging around through the, at least looks like toward the end of the week. So,
oh, really?
off and on, yeah. We'll see what happens as we move through it. So there you go. Before Science News and before Crime Time, I have the runner-up to Crime Time.
All right.
You know those pedal bars? The bars that go up and down the road and everybody turns, they have pedals underneath the bar stools and you turn it like a bicycle and there's a guy in the middle that drives it and then there's a bartender.
They've got them all over Austin.
Right, and they're all over
they
here.
have them here too?
Yeah, they do. And, they're all drunk and they're all carrying on, having a big old time. Drinking, well, that's what you do.
They pull one over for drunk driving?
No, they did not.
No.
The driver of a pedal pub that crashed Saturday night in Atlanta
one crashed.
has been arrested and charged with driving under the influence. Go figure,
there you
dude.
Go.
The pedal pub, which is a mobile bar, tipped over while making a turn at West Peachtree Street and 14th in Midtown Atlanta. It happened around 6:30 p.m. Well, that's a little early for those shenanigans.
Yeah.
The pedal pub was apparently going too fast while trying to make the turn. Atlanta Fire.
How do you get those things going fast enough
I know,
to
right?
do that?
Unless it was going down a hill
right.
with
That's
a
all I can
tailwind.
think of, right.
Atlanta Fire Rescue said 15 people were injured and taken to hospitals. 10 sustained minor injuries and 3 had serious injuries and 2 had critical injuries. The thing must have fallen on them.
Oh, geez.
The Atlanta Fire Rescue Department has a mobile ambulance. They call it MAV-1. It says here, quote, we utilized that to transport 10, and Grady facilitated the transportation of the other 5 patients. That's according to Jason McClain, who's the battalion chief for Atlanta Fire Rescue Department. No other vehicles were involved. In addition to the DUI, the driver was also charged with a business permit violation. Oh, he wasn't even supposed to be there anyway.
Oops.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're not supposed to sample the product.
No, you are not.
Especially not when you're driving.
Hey, this beer tastes flat. No, it doesn't. Tastes fine to me. Hey, I'm driving this thing. Uh-huh. Every time I encounter them, they're all over Midtown. Every time I encounter them, it's like, oh, please. And they hog the road. They go 2 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And they're all screaming and hollering at people.
Woo!
I was like, come on, out of the way,
Yeah.
They sit at green lights,
Yeah.
And then you'll hear the guy driving and going, crank it, paddle, paddle, paddle.
Yes.
Push. You got all these fat drunk people.
Drunk people.
They're trying not to
I
throw
can't
up.
paddle.
I've got this.